You're wondering if your computer can edit XOCN RAW files from a Sony FX5, Burano, Venice, etc.? Well, you are at the right place. Hey, my name is Matt Johnson, and down in the video description, I have a free download link that you can use to get free raw XOCN video clips that I filmed with the Sony FX5. You can then load these video clips into your computer with your favorite video editing software and see how it performs. And I gotta say, I think you might be surprised because there were a lot of people that I saw online fear-mongering in the comments that this footage might be hard to edit and it would slow down your computer because XOCN RAW is so compressed. But I have to say that has not been my experience at all, and I think that you should test this out for yourself. But if you don't want to test it out for yourself, don't worry, because that's what the rest of this video is about, because I'm going to be showing you how some of the most popular video editing software handles editing XOCN RAW video. We're going to start with DaVinci Resolve, then we're going to move on to Adobe Premiere, and I'm sure you're wondering about Final Cut too, but we'll talk about it when we get there, okay? And also, don't worry, I'm going to have chapters down in the video description for you to click on, so if you want to skip to your specific video editing software, you can check that out right after you download the free raw footage. Now, let's start with DaVinci Resolve. As long as you are running at least version, let me show it to you here, 21.0.4 in DaVinci Resolve or newer, you will be able to play raw video that you record with the FX5 and edit it. And likewise, as long as you're running Premiere Pro beta version 27.0, that will also work. Anyways, let's jump right into testing this raw footage. And as you can see, I have imported some of it here and dragged it to my timeline. That's all I've done so far. And then let's mute this audio so you don't hear it while I'm scrubbing through it. And let's just start scrubbing through. And look at this. Look at how smooth this is. This is raw video and it plays back like butter. No shortcuts, no proxies, anything like that. This is just raw video playing back natively in DaVinci Resolve. Let me blow your mind even more, by the way. Can I do that? Look at this laptop that I'm editing this on. This is one of the cheapest laptops that Apple makes, an M5 MacBook Air. This is not a MacBook Pro. Heck, this laptop doesn't even have a fan. Full disclosure, I did mod this laptop for better cooling. I have a video about that coming soon, by the way. But I want you to know that mod doesn't really make a difference with this footage. And even if you had a completely stock MacBook Air, you would still be able to edit this XOCN RAW footage, which is awesome. So just know that if you edit in Resolve and you're wondering if your computer can handle FX5 footage, it probably can, because the cheapest MacBook Air can. It's awesome. Anyways, now I hear you getting ready to comment, Matt, this is just footage on the timeline. Make it tougher. And I say, okay, great. Let's go over here to this open gate clip, which is even higher resolution. We'll go over here to the color page. Let's throw one of my LUTs onto it. Looking great. Look at all the raw controls that you get here, by the way. It's just awesome. You got highlight control, shadows, all of these things. It is fantastic. I love it. Side note, by the way, if you want to get my color presets, which look fantastic with Sony footage, I will link to them down in the video description for you to check them out. Also, let me know if you want to see a full color grading tutorial for FX5 footage. I would love to make that for you. Now, let's make things tougher here, because we're going over here and we're scrubbing around. Nope, still plays back fine. Let's actually add color grades to all 4 of these clips, by the way, right now. And now all of these clips have been color graded, and let's add some text as well. Playback, yep, still plays back perfectly smooth at the full 24 frames per second, no issues at all. You want harder though, right? You're telling me, Matt, like, come on, let's really stress things here. Okay, well, let's add another video track. So we're gonna bring that up, hold down Option, click up here so we add another track, and then we're going to scale it down to about that size there. Still playing with 2 raw video tracks? Yup, that's still playing fine. Okay, a third. How about that, right? Keep it going. Let's see if we can break this thing. 3 raw video tracks. Nope. Perfectly smooth here. Still playing back. What the heck, guys? So what this tells you is that even if you are doing multicam work where you have a lot of different raw video tracks that you record with the FX5, still gonna play back smoothly. Now, I know that I already blew your mind multiple times, but I neglected to mention something really important that may impress you even more. And that is that I want you to remember that the FX5 can record at multiple different compression levels for its raw video. You have your choice of either recording in XOCN LT, which is the highest level of compressed RAW that you can film with a Venice or Burano camera, but Sony also gave us 2 even higher compressed options with smaller file sizes called XOCN C1 and C2, with XOCN C2 being the highest highest compression level of all. And what I saw a lot of people commenting online was that XOCN C2 is going to be so compressed that your computer is going to have to work much harder to decompress it, which will make it slower. With a lot of people tying the argument back to the Nikon ZR and how it is less compressed, so the footage should be easier to edit, even though the file sizes are about 4 times larger than the FX5. Well, here's what I didn't tell you. All of this footage that I've been editing on this timeline was filmed in XOCN C2. Yes, the highest compression level, and as you can see, it's still playing back incredibly, ridiculously smoothly in Resolve. It's fantastic, but if you're stressed at all though, just download the raw footage for yourself, which, side note, all that's on the XOCN C2 format because I didn't want the download file size to be too large. And even better, if your computer can handle editing this XOCN C2 footage, it can definitely handle XOCN C1 and LT as well because they're even less compressed. Anyways, it's time to leave DaVinci Resolve behind and move on to a program that not everybody loves, but that a lot of people still use, and that is Adobe Premiere. Now, in the past, Premiere has not always been known as a super fast program, but Adobe has been making major strides in the last several years to improve its speed and reliability, and I have to say, I'm still nervous about importing FX5 footage into the program, but check this out. Premiere is super smooth when scrubbing through footage, just as smooth as DaVinci Resolve. I go over here to play a clip, and it's playing back smoothly. It may drop a frame or two, so I would say it's like 98 to 99% as fast. See those little stutter there, and then it paused, but still, really impressive for Premiere Pro. And overall, this is very, very useful. Side note, by the way, I want you to know that all this footage that I'm testing is being played back from the internal SSD of the MacBook Air. Whenever I tested playing back footage from an external SSD, I did notice lag. So if you are experiencing lag with your footage, try copying it to an internal SSD, and then it should edit faster. Now I've just thrown on a LUT, and still looking really smooth, scrubbing through. That's great. Let's add some text also. Yes, still scrub smooth with the text applied. Let's hit play, see if it does it. Oop, little bit of stutter there looked like, but honestly pretty darn smooth. But here comes the big test here. Let's add another clip. We've got 2 video tracks now. Bring it up to right about there. Still scrubbing quite smoothly. Hit play. Ooh, wait for it, wait for it. Okay. I'm definitely noticing a bit more lag here with 2 tracks. So keep that in mind. It's not going to play as smoothly, but that might be more of a Premiere Pro issue than a XOCN RAW issue. Just something to consider. You want one more track though, just like Resolve though, right? Yeah, okay, we'll do one more track. And there is the 3rd video track, still scrubbing quite easily. Playback though is the real test. Hit play and it's thinking about it. Ooh, yeah, it's pretty darn stuttery now. So Resolve definitely wins in the smooth playback category, but we need to move on, don't we? We have one other program to talk about. I told you we were going to talk about it. What about Apple's Final Cut software? Matt, can you show us how well it handles editing the footage? And to that I say, let me show you what happens. Sadly, I cannot show you how this footage edits in Final Cut. Not because I don't want to. I have Final Cut right here installed on this laptop, but the issue is that Apple has yet to release a software update that enables support for FX5 RAW footage. You can still import this footage, and here it is, but wait a second, it's just audio. Yeah, we drag it down. Here's the audio playback, very smooth audio playback in Final Cut. Congratulations. Oh, you want to edit the video though? I'm so sorry, but that is not possible right now. It's basically useless. So sadly, I'm gonna have to hold off on releasing any testing material in regards to XOCN with Final Cut, but do not worry, when Apple does enable support, I will be making a follow-up video, or at the very least a YouTube short about it, so please subscribe if you wanna see that. And remember, you can still download this XOCN footage even if you're on a Mac, and that way you'll be ready in the instant that Final Cut support is added. And hey, if you haven't downloaded the raw footage at this point, what are you doing? It's free. I took a while to put it together. I'd love if you would take it. I know it's gonna be helpful to you, so go check it out. And while you're down there, I will also link to my FX5 video playlist that has all of my videos that I've made about this camera, and there are a lot of them already. So if you want to see my full review, or what memory cards you should buy for the FX5, because it can get confusing, or how the FX5 compares to other cameras, all of that is linked down in the video description. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great day.